Hello and welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. I'm your host, Ryan Meza, and I'm joined with some very special guests with me today. I'm joined with Darren, Marcia, and Tom, all from the Inland Northwest Council, those Boy Scouts of America. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Our pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Yes, of course. Really appreciate you guys. And something I just want to learn from you guys is you've been involved with Boy Scouts of America for a while, and I just want to know what your guys' why is. Why do you guys love being part of Boy Scouts of America, and why do you guys feel so attracted to giving back to it?
Who wants to start?
Go ahead.
I started in Boy Scouts when I was 7 years old, and all the way up through graduating high school and became an Eagle Scout. And I took everything I learned in scouting all the way through my 24 years in the military, and it just taught me so much life skills that I never lost a lot of the skills that I was taught, and it did help me tremendously, just not in the military, but now that I'm out, I've been out for about 13 years now, but even just the leadership skills, how to handle situations, how to react to situations, it truly turned me into the person I am today, I believe.
Yeah, most definitely. Those are very important things to carry on with you throughout your life.
Absolutely.
Awesome. How about you, Marcia?
Well, I became a volunteer in about 2007, 2008, when my son came home with a sticker on his shirt saying "Join Scouts." I volunteered for, as treasurer, and I just truly saw the changes in my son. I really believe it's a fantastic program, and at which time I then started networking with the council to see what it would take to give back and actually work for the Boy Scouts and help them build scouting. And that's why I'm here today is, the benefits that my son, as well as myself as a volunteer, have received from the scouting program.
That's amazing. So. Yeah, great growth. Definitely. How about you, Tom? I know you just got your Eagle Scout a few years ago.
Just a few. Thank you. Much like Darren, I started in scouting back when I was a youngster in elementary school. Remember wearing my uniform on the days of our pack meetings. Moved into Boy Scouts a few years ahead of my brother and did a few 50-milers and got all my merit badges and got my Eagle rank in 1976, which was the bicentennial year of our country. Went into the Order of the Arrow, which is a program for older scouts. And then went off to college and kind of set it aside for a while. And a few years ago, my old scout camp, Camp Parsons over on Hood Canal, had its centennial, and got connected with the Commissioner Corps there, and they said we could sure use a couple of extra hands. This was in 2019. Had a glorious summer at Camp Parsons, the oldest continuously operated scout camp in the West. Got to rekindle a lot of friendships. And signed up when I got back home to Spokane as a commissioner, which is an adult leader that helps with the units. Whatever they need help with along the way, processing paperwork, registering things, kind of the busy work, so the adults can be hands-on with their troops and with their scouts.
Gotcha.
And then the whole COVID thing hit. So here we are trying to figure out how to reinvent ourselves, right, like everybody else.
Yes, most definitely. And it sounds like you guys have had some great experiences that kind of led you wanting to give back to the troops and to the scouts. Speaking of COVID, it definitely has changed the lives of so many families, the youth especially, and definitely scouting. How have you guys seen the effects of COVID-19 within scouts?
It has impacted us, just like every other nonprofit organization. At the council level, where we actually run the program, it's had impact on finances, and so we've had to find some unique ways to do some fundraising, and we're making that work for us. Down at the unit level where we have the packs, the younger kids and the troops, it's obviously impacted them being able to meet in person, but they're finding very unique ways to do things. I've seen everything from the whole unit going out on hikes and keeping the social distancing and doing weekend events, a lot of outdoor events. And of course using Zoom. Zoom's become everyone's
best friend.
Yeah, everyone's best friend, so they're doing some meetings via Zoom, but we like to say that the word outing is in scouting, and so we try to do as much stuff outdoors with them.
That's awesome.
Which allows us to do the social distancing. We were even one of the few camps on the west side of the United States that actually operated a summer camp this last summer. And we're able to have 7 successful weeks of summer camp without a single incident of COVID, so, or
Awesome.
any positive testing. So
Yeah.
we're keeping them active, and it does have an impact, and especially on the recruitment right now with not knowing how the schools, every
bringing
school is a
in
little
new-
different, and that's normally our
exactly.
big recruiting time, but we're figuring it out.
Yeah. It sounds like you guys are doing a great job maintaining if you had 0 cases
Right.
at your camp. Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Good for you guys. And I know you guys are trying to find ways to fundraise, especially you're saying recruitment's a little difficult. But you're having an event coming up, a live auction event, I believe.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that and what you guys have planned?
We're gonna let Marcia talk to that, because that's her
Yeah,
baby
it
right
sounds like
there.
such a fun event.
Yes, absolutely. So it's mission scouting, and we've, by the grace of God, got an astronaut,
Yes.
Michael E. Fossum, to speak. We've found during this process that scouting has aided in the development of 17 astronauts over the
Wow.
years. And I say that because I wouldn't have known that until I started this event. Scouting has created leaders for tomorrow, and it's just amazing what careers the scouts have chosen to do, and astronaut is one of them.
Yeah.
We find that a lot of schools want to have astronauts to speak to them, but they don't know any, and they can't connect with them. And we have a friend in scouting that has a brother that's an astronaut. And
Yeah.
so Michael E.
Perfect.
Fossum is joining us on October 22nd to share what scouting has done for him in his career, in his personal life, and now as a retired astronaut. And we're very, very excited. We're also hearing from many, many individuals in the Inland Northwest Council, whether they're scouts, whether they're 7, 10, 12, 15, doesn't matter. We have varying ages of our scouts, what it's done for them. We have adult leaders like Tom and like Darren going to speak to us about scouting. And it's our hope that through kind of reminiscing and sharing our story, that individuals will step up and provide financial support for us during this very, difficult time.
Yeah, most definitely.
What we typically do in scouting and our fundraisers and our Friends of Scouting and things, we were not able to do this year. So this event is a fun event, going to spread the word of the astronaut, but also shine again on scouting and all the benefits.
Yeah.
And we believe scouting is one of the answers today.
Yeah.
With kids in the house all the time, they're on computers or they're on their games. We build leaders through outdoor activities,
Yeah.
and what better way to bridge our future than through scouting? So
Yeah,
we
most
just
definitely.
want to remind people. So
Uh-huh.
this event and Michael E. Fossum is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, Michael has such an amazing resume. I was doing some research on him. He spent 194 days in space and went on 3 major expeditions, and that's amazing. So you guys definitely have a great speaker joining you guys for this event. And do you guys see this event more as in recruitment? I know you said you wanted to touch on and highlighting some benefits of joining Scouts and being able to have these experiences and leadership skills to go throughout life. Do you guys see this as a big recruitment event for you guys, other than fundraising?
It is all of those things that you just mentioned. When I heard the word astronaut, I
Yeah, right.
got excited.
You,
I think-
kinda light up.
Yeah, and like you go and you try to research this guy. What has he done
Mm-hmm.
in space? You realize he's flown on the space shuttle Discovery twice,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
on Soyuz once. His aircraft is now in the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum. This is an
wow.
important
Yeah.
part of our national history, our international history. So when the opportunity came to be part of this adventure, I thought this is really cool. And when you realize that this astronaut is an Eagle Scout, and I can only imagine back when I was of teenage years, to be introduced to somebody or even have the opportunity to talk with somebody who was, as me, an Eagle Scout, it was very inspirational and aspirational.
Yeah.
I was born during the Kennedy administration, which is when we started
Yeah.
the whole NASA program, and so that was a really cool thing. And having the opportunity to grow up with it, and then have the opportunity to help celebrate it to a new generation of scouting is a really cool thing to be able to do. And I remember my parents telling me, you are the company that you keep. Show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. And we get to choose our friends in life, and I've chosen mine, among them the Boy
Yeah.
Scouts. And when we can say that an Eagle Scout who's been up in outer space
Right.
is one of us. That's a great friend to count
Most
among
definitely.
anybody. Right.
Yeah, 17 of them. Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
A great record there.
Mhm.
I know, especially with everything going on, and I don't know, just everyone. We were talking earlier how everyone's working from home and not being able to like have that human interaction and being able to go outside. I feel like this is such an important event, and I feel like Scouts is definitely a route that people can do, especially during this time. It's kind of a little bit different, but it's also some great benefits. A lot of my friends were Scouts growing up, and they've gone on to do great things in high school, and the colleges they go to is amazing. So Scouts are definitely a great program and something people should look into.
With a really proud history, the scouting program started in the United States in 1910, came to Spokane in 1915, and when you put that in perspective, the Davenport Hotel opened in 1914. So we're of similar vintage
wow,
of the
okay.
legendary Davenport Hotel.
Yeah.
And in 1914, they were going through the First World War, and then came the flu pandemic of 1918. So they've lived through things that we think are really challenging today. Folks in those days had the same kinds of things, the same kinds of concerns. And when we go back and figure out what we've learned from it the last time, maybe we can help make some sense out of what we're doing this time and come through this stronger.
Yeah, and it just evolved and flourished since during those times. Most definitely.
Yeah.
And how can people get more information about this event coming up? Do you guys have a website or social media that people can go onto and
Yes,
join?
so our website is NW, short for Northwest, nwscouts.org.
Okay.
And the information for this virtual event is on the front page of the website. You can click register. There is no cost to register. Anybody's welcome to attend. There will be some parts through the process where we ask for people to consider supporting us financially, but it's really just, it's designed to be a fun event. And let
most
people
definitely.
know what scouting really is about. And there will be some great youth and adult speakers that are scouters that are going to speak truly from the heart.
Yes.
So
most definitely.
Really looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun event.
Yeah,
It'll be out of this
exactly.
world.
Out of this world.
It'll be
yeah.
out of this world
Right.
and live on Facebook.
Right.
So.
Live on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And I love how you said if you want to donate, you can donate. It's more of a fun event and kind of hearing these stories. What is your guys' comfortability level with asking for donations during this time? I know some people may have lost their jobs or a little tight on money, and I know it's a difficult time to be asking for funds, and I know a lot of companies have been getting hit by it.
We use the philosophy that, if you are willing and able to donate, then donate as much as you possibly can. If you cannot, then we understand that. Everybody has different needs or different requirements or different capabilities when it comes to finances. And so we do ask that if you believe in this program and you think it's helping our community and you're able to give what you can.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the
Everything
philosophy we
helps.
use. Yeah, everything helps.
Absolutely. Everything helps. If you can afford 20, please donate 20.
Yeah, exactly. Everything adds up as well. So
Yes.
Absolutely.
And 50% of our funds comes from programs. And what programs have we been able to do this year? Not as many as we would have hoped.
exactly.
So it's even doubly important for that reason that this is an opportunity to ask, and ask sincerely and genuinely. And for those who can support us, great. And if this is a bad time for you, please still stay connected with Scouting. We encourage you to join us online next week and have a great time taking an adventure with us virtually out
Yes.
into outer space.
Exactly.
And if they like what they see, send their kids and grandkids and great-grandkids
Right.
to the program.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. You guys provided such great resources and such great intake on what Scouts can provide for the youth. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank
You're
you for
welcome.
having
Thank
us.
you for
Of
having
course.
us.
That's
Thank
all
you.
the time we have today. Please join the Facebook Live on October 22nd at 6:30 p.m. I'm your host, Ryan Meza. Thanks for watching The Pulse of Spokane.
Hi, I'm Joel Birchmeyer. I'm a scout in Troop 439. I want to invite you to a scouting event. It's called Mission Scouting because we get to hear a speech from an astronaut. Mission Scouting is a live stream fundraising event. It's October 22nd at 6:30. Register on the Scouts website. It's free. My family is going to watch it for sure.
What? You haven't been to the library lately? Stop in today and see that the library is more than books. Spokane County Library District facilities feature on-site technology including Wi-Fi, computers, and printers, as well as free use of meeting rooms. The Library District offers events and programs for all ages, from story times to career development and employer classes to Social Security workshops. Our staff is well trained and happy to help. Find out more about your library at scld.org.
To help you be safe, Washington state law requires you to call 811 2 full business days before you plan, for example, to dig, drill, plow, pull from, or pound anything into the ground. Be prepared to provide the operator with the correct address, cross street, and a description of your work. You must mark the dig area with white paint. The operator will inform you of the utilities notified of your impending excavation. Wait for all their marks. Be safe and dig with care.
When building a home or considering a major remodel, who are you going to choose? The Spokane Home Builders Association is an organization that works to elevate professionalism in the residential construction industry. We promote, protect, and educate for our community, building our community one home at a time. We are the Spokane Home Builders Association.
Hi, this is Kurt Stockwell with Well Dressed Walrus. We are a local website design and development company here in Spokane. What we do is build beautiful, usable websites for local businesses. A website needs to be beautiful, it needs to be usable for your users, your customers, and yourself. Contact us anytime. We'd love to talk with you about your online marketing.
Hi, I'm Jenny Graham. I was endorsed by the Washington State Nurses Association because of my relentless fight to defend patients and their safety. I will continue this fight in Olympia because we all deserve equitable and reliable health care.
Paid for by the committee to re-elect Jenny Graham, Republican.
Thanks for watching. Ask the host a question, recommend a guest, or check out any of our other programs on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com. Sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.